Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome back to another review episode. In this episode, I'm going to be reviewing Daredevil. As usual, before we start the video, please subscribe, leave a like, hit the notification bell, and share the video, and a small spoiler warning for those who wants to see the show. And now, let's get started with the video. Matt Murdock, an attorney by day, a vigilante by night, was blinded as a child during a chemical spill that gave him heightened senses. Using his unique gift, he fights crime during the night under the moniker Daredevil. Though his public life as an attorney forces him to follow the law, his alter ego does not. Bringing the law to his own hand, except for killing, he protects his city in New York, mainly in Hell's Kitchen, from threats ranging from organized crime to supernatural elements. Top seasons. Number 3, Season 2. Just as Matt believes his action as Daredevil have brought back order to the city, a new threat arises as another vigilante starts shooting and murdering criminals, taking justice into his own hands. As Matt tries to balance his public life and his moniker, he's forced to choose one or the other, dealing with new threats. The situation worsens when an old flame shows up in the city, bringing the Yakuza and the Hand members to the city. As more people from Matt's past return to his life, he's forced to embrace his Daredevil persona to protect the city he loves. Number 2, Season 3. Missing for months, Matt Murdock is forced to question his future as both Daredevil and a lawyer. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk starts to rebuild his empire as he slowly starts to corrupt the officials within the FBI by feeding them information on his competitors. His plan to rebuild his empire allows him to ruin the reputation of Daredevil by recruiting an FBI agent who has particular skills at aiming for bullseyes, forcing Matt to return to his life as a vigilante to stop his old nemesis. As Matt's public and vigilante life gets tarnished by Fisk, he returns from his old shell, reuniting with his old friends to take him down once again. Number 1, Season 1. As Matt Murdock's power starts to grow stronger, allowing him to hear all the crimes within the city, he starts to act by becoming a vigilante at night. As his public and vigilante persona starts to uncover corruption within the city, his investigation leads him to various organized crime groups working together for one man. As he tackles each organized crime groups one at a time, he starts to uncover the man's identity behind the recent corruption and crime increase, tackling it as a lawyer and a vigilante. Top 10 episode. Number 10, Into the Ring, Season 1, Episode 1. Desperate to find a new client for the newly opened law firm, Nelson and Murdock, the two lawyers, Matt and Foggy, stumbles onto a seemingly open and checked case connected to a major criminal organization. Before the client is silenced, Matt and Foggy must find a way to protect Karen from her silencers. Though Karen's charges are dropped after being attacked, her secrecy towards the lawyers forces Matt under the vigilante persona to watch over her as more men tries to silence her outside, forcing Matt to face off against those with professional fighting experiences, which forces him to be reminded of the lessons taught by his father. Number 9, Reunion, Season 3, Episode 11. In the aftermath of the death of Father Lanton, Karen's former sanctuary becomes a crime scene, and she is forced to go into hiding within the crypts of the church with Matt. With the corrupt FBI agents attempting to find Karen to silence her, in the crypt, Matt and Karen must devise a plan to get her out of safety. As the FBI agents locate Karen, Mahoney uses his authority over the FBI, allowing Karen to be out of harm's way. Meanwhile, Fisk makes his final arrangements for his wedding, sending in hitmen to silence those who disappointed him, including Ray. However, Ray is saved by Daredevil, and after their complex history, Matt reveals his identity to gain his trust once again. Number 8, The Devil You Know, Season 3, Episode 6. With Matt's life targeted by the FBI, Foggy and Karen starts to get harassed by the FBI. In a desperate attempt to fix their predicament, Matt seeks Karen's help to get Fisk back in bars. Though Karen agrees to help Matt with his predicament, she forces him to agree to one condition for her help. Meanwhile, as Dex's mental state starts to deteriorate to insanity, Fisk offers him a lifeline that changes his life. Karen's agreement forces Fisk to send Dex dressed up as Daredevil to silence them, forcing Matt to confront Dex, leading to both Matt and his alter ego to be wanted by the FBI. Number 7, Stick, Season 1, Episode 7. Matt's mentor, Stick, returns to New York seeking his help. From his return, Matt's childhood after his father's death is revealed as a young Matt learns the skills to use his heightened senses properly and learn the skills to fight. Matt, reluctant to help after being abandoned by Stick, agrees to help when he learns the target Stick is after is Nobu, one of the organized crime members he has been searching for. As Matt questions the killing of a child, which Stick calls the Black Sky, they enter a heated argument and fight that strains their relationship further than before. Number 6, 7 Minutes in Heaven, Season 2, Episode 9. Wilson Fisk, once in prison, uses his limited resources to rise to the top of the food chain within the prison system. With certain groups within the prison system not keen on seeing Fisk in charge, he's forced to build his empire from the ground up. With a ground of luck, Fisk finds his opportunity when the prison arrives at the same prison and slips a piece of information on how to get his final vengeance. With his help, Fisk manages to take over the entire prison and gives the Punisher a chance to escape, allowing him to maintain his status. Meanwhile, Matt starts to ignore his duty as a lawyer and dives deeper into his vigilantism, trying to locate the missing children controlled by the Hand. Number 5. Nelson v. Murdoch, Season 1, Episode 10. Foggy and Matt's relationship goes off the rails after he learns that Matt has been the vigilante from the beginning. As Matt explains his origin story, he's forced to reveal some truth that causes more pain to Foggy. From this revelation, Foggy and Matt's path from the time they met up to the eventual planning of opening a law firm is uncovered. The truth leads to their friendship ending with the law firm they worked hard for to go with it. Meanwhile, Ben and Karen dives deeper into the background of Wilson Fisk, which brings them face to face with his mother. Number 4. A New Napkin, Season 3, Episode 13. Ray's death causes the entire legal case against Fisk to disappear. Due to this, Matt's belief in the system weakens, and he decides to take care of Fisk once and for all as his alter ego. While Foggy and Karen tries to find a legal way to prosecute Fisk, they discover a recording by Ray with all the details of the corruption against the FBI, giving them ammo against their battle. Meanwhile, as Fisk and Vanessa gets ready for their wedding, it gets interrupted by Dex, seeking vengeance for losing the only person he cares about. Matt enters the battle as the two starts to battle, creating a three-way showdown. Fisk with his strength easily takes care of Dex, but with Matt's rage, Fisk is overpowered. However, he's forced to make a deal with Fisk as he's unwilling to cross the line of killing and brings back order within the legal system in New York. Number 3. A Cold Day in Hell's Kitchen, Season 2, Episode 13. As Nelson and Murdoch becomes a thing of the past, Karen and Foggy starts to look into their future by seeking for new jobs. Foggy is offered a position by Jerry Hogarth, and Karen decides to take up the mantle from her mentor, Ben Urich. Meanwhile, the Hand unleashes its ultimate strike by kidnapping every victim Matt has saved since he started. Matt and Elektra rushes into the building the Hand uses for the operation to rescue everyone and to stop Nobu. The two subdues the Hand members and rescues the hostages that the Hand kidnapped, but their fight against Nobu on the rooftop leads to Elektra's death. Raged with anger and grief, Matt tackles the rest of the Hand and Nobu, and with the help of his new billy club gifted by Potter and the Punisher, he takes down Nobu once and for all. As he bids goodbye to Elektra, he reveals his alter ego to Karen. Number 2. One Last Shot, Season 3, Episode 12. Matt tries to use the law to take down Fisk. With Ray willing to testify against Fisk and the FBI, they're forced to make a deal with Blake Tower. The road to the courthouse becomes difficult as Fisk's men start a shootout in the middle of traffic to silence Ray and Matt. With Matt's heightened senses, they survive the ordeal, allowing them to get to the courthouse. However, Ray decides to back out at the last minute, fleeing the courthouse to his house, and is killed by Dex for his betrayal. Meanwhile, Fisk welcomes Vanessa back to New York and brings her into his operation. Honorable mention: World on Fire, Season 1, Episode 5. Condemned, Season 1, Episode 6. Bang, Season 2, Episode 1. Kinabuku, Season 2, Episode 5. The Man in the Box, Season 2, Episode 10. Resurrection, Season 3, Episode 1. Aftermath, Season 3, Episode 7. Upstairs/Downstairs, Season 3, Episode 8. Number 1. Daredevil, Season 1, Episode 13. In the aftermath of Ben Urich's death, Matt, determined more than ever to take down Fisk, is given counsel from Foggy, allowing the two to rekindle their relationship. Foggy and Matt uses all of their resources after learning that Fisk has put out a hit on a former detective, Hoffman. As Foggy and Matt investigate the files that Marcy sneaked out of Silver and Brent, they locate Hoffman before he's killed. With his testimony, Fisk and all of his collaborators are arrested. However, Fisk escapes custody, forcing Matt to react by suiting up and become his alter ego. Wearing the suit that Potter had made for him, Matt and Fisk has a one-on-one street fight in an alleyway, and with the help of his suit, he subdues Fisk for the police to rearrest. As the city starts to recover from Fisk's terror, the city finally gives Matt's alter ego his classic nickname, Daredevil. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss future videos. Also, follow my Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit page on the link below to have further conversations on the TV shows. And I will see you soon for another review episode.